everyone, it's Jay Ribs, professional analyst for Rise, and I'm here with the Valorant roster for Rise, professional team, and we've had plenty of roster changes with this team ever since we've entered the scene for Valorant. The newest additions for Rise are going to be Poised and Neptune. First of all, the two of you, introduce yourselves. I'll start with you, Neptune. Full name, your role as a Valorant player, and go ahead.
Of course, yeah. I'm Jason Tran, and I'm the initiator player, Sova player, you could say, for the Rise Valorant team.
And go ahead,
Shoot arrows, baby.
My name is Kevin Nago. I'm 20 years old. I'm the controller and usually Omen for the team, but sometimes Brimstone. I love to compete, and I've been with teams such as Underrated, Noble, Linktoss, and looking forward to bring Rise to the top.
All right, so this question's for you, Neptune. Switching over to now being a Sova player, used to be a Cypher player. How's that transition been? I know it's been short. It's been, you just joined the team. Has it been smooth for you?
Yeah, I've actually spent quite a bit of time on Sova. Like even when I don't play, or when I used to be on another team, I was playing Sentinel too. But I would also play other characters and try to learn like the meta and stuff. Or when I was watching matches, you can kind of like see what certain Sovas do and how they play. So I kind of just hopped into it with ease. It's not really too much to learn besides like certain darts and shocks and stuff. But you got to kind of know how like the game is, the meta is. So I don't think it was too hard, and I'm kind of just fitting in pretty well.
That's what's up. Of course, I mean, you got to try to be a jack of all trades, and yeah, I mean, you have plenty of time on the game, so of course you're not just using one agent. You're able to use anyone, and I mean, long time competitor. Of course, you'll be able to adapt to anything. And I mean, for you, Poise, there's been a lot of updates recently. They buffed Brim. I know you're using Omen before. Which character are you kind of feeling more so as of late?
Even with the updates, I think I'm leaning a lot more towards Omen. The buffs and nerfs for both haven't really affected my gameplay too much, but it makes me pay attention more to detail. So like Omen smokes are slower, so I have to be aware of where I'm throwing them from, and the prices of the flash is more, so I have to be aware of my economy. But besides the little things, I think the overall gameplay is still pretty much the same, and I think Omen's still very strong in the meta right now.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking a little bit before the interview. What you guys marked it down to is the fact that Omen still has a flash, Brim doesn't, and that, I mean, it's a very good flash too. You can throw it from plenty of different positions. That's what kind of sets those two apart, right?
Exactly, because the flash, if used properly, is probably a top 2 flash in the entire game and can like win or lose the round for the team.
Alright, I mean, you only get one, so you better make it work, boys.
Exactly, make it count, baby.
Alright, so now this one's for you, Ange. I mean, you guys have been scrimming. It's very recent we've had this roster change, like 3-4 days. How has it been incorporating Neptune and Poise to your guys' strategies and your guys' team comp? Has it been smooth? Do you wish you had more time? The qualifiers are coming up. How are you feeling?
Well, I wish we did have more time to put a little bit more stuff in, but it was a very smooth transition. So we were looking for an Omen and a Sova, and they both play those. It was a really good transition. We got really lucky with these two guys.
Yeah, like, I mean, no doubt. I mean, I'm optimistic with this roster, and then, yeah, I mean, it takes a little while to get some chemistry, of course. But when you have this good of a roster on paper, very, very talented players, I mean, there's no doubt the sky's the limit with you guys. As for you, Anger, the qualifiers are coming up. It's the first qualifier of 3. Are you optimistic personally? I mean, I know you're kind of taking that IGL role now. How has it been for you personally, the longest standing player on Rise?
I'm pretty optimistic, like you just said. We expect to push deep into the event and qualify. We haven't had much time to prepare, as Andrew just said. We just picked up Poison Neptune. Can't really build chemistry within a week, but we're gonna give it our all. We play TSM in the 3rd round of the tournament, and I want to get revenge against Hazed. I'm coming for him.
All right. I mean, it's good you know who you're playing against. You know
Light work.
what the road's
We're coming for you, baby! Get ready!
Anyone else have something to add? I mean, any other grudges? I mean, TSM, that's going to be a tough one, but...
I mean, I already knocked him out of 2 events. Why not make it 3?
Okay.
You get me?
Oh!
The triple, man.
All right, now this is a loaded question. I'm going to give it to you, Riku to start. Sorry. The state of Valorant, how is it right now? The meta, the community, the competitive. Do you enjoy getting on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, I enjoy playing it a lot. I think the only thing that is wrong with the game right now is like the Bucky and the Frenzy. I think those are both ridiculously overpowered, and the Stinger too, actually. So hopefully, if those get nerfed, I think it'll be perfect.
All right.
No,
Anyone else have something to add to the current state of Valorant? This is a great question. I mean, you can say whatever.
Get rid of the
whatever you
shotguns. Get rid of those piece of shit shotguns. I'm tired of getting
No.
one tap
See-
from 30, 50 meters away that something costs like $900. Get it out of there. Nerf it. Get it out. I don't want it.
Just take away the right click, right, for the Bucky. Why does it have that?
Why is there right?
Exactly.
Why did you
Yeah,
have that?
honestly, yeah.
Take out the right click of the
Oh.
classic and Bucky.
You guys didn't even like touch up on the subject of run shooting. I'm tired of getting killed by
was
bad
just about to
players
say
that don't know how to aim.
Running Phantom.
State of Valorant. It's juicy. I mean, hey, that's not the game I compete in. Gladly. You guys have to deal with that, all right? I don't have to deal with that. I just get to watch and sit back and watch. All right, so DeBear's coach of the roster. What do you think the team so far has to work on the most in the short time that you've had so far? What do you think they need to work on?
So I think one of the main things is being amazing on your second and third characters, because everyone has their favorite character that they like to play. But of course, with new maps that will be coming out and the meta changes, whether it's a nerf or a buff, we have to, in general, have a good 2 to 3 people that you're very, very comfortable on. And everyone's pretty good on 1 to 2. We just get that one more person for everybody. We'll be a bit more flexible and less predictable.
I'm gonna ask you another question, DeBear's, on top of that, just to piggyback off of that. I mean, I don't want to make you pick favorites. Who's got the deepest pockets right now on the team when it comes to agent selection?
Deepest pockets, huh?
I don't want to start any controversy, but I mean, I'm
Deepest
kinda
pockets.
Is it
Oh my
Neptune? Neptune
goodness.
said he plays everybody. That's what he started off
You know,
by saying.
I would say, to be honest, I mean, everyone has like 1 or 2 characters that are really good, but I think probably Neptune, because on the previous teams that he's played, he was kind of bouncing around with Omen, Cypher, and Sova and stuff like that. So, and then with being a Sova player, you have to learn a breach too on some maps. So he definitely has his work cut out for him, and yeah, I say he probably has the deepest pockets, other than myself, because I'm a filler. I like to fill other things, so
Everyone says they're a fill, right? Until they gotta fill one character they don't want to. I mean, that kind of wraps it up. I mean, everyone's got to say anything, say something. And for you, I'm gonna leave it with you, Anger. You're the longest standing member on Rise. You've been on Rise the longest. How is it being a part of this organization? And I mean, having a good time playing. You already said you're optimistic for this with this roster, but how has it been so far?
It's been amazing. The management, the whole Rise situation that we've had has been great. I haven't been on an org like this before. They're very nice. I hang in and out again with some of the management, like Reem, Pac-Man, and them.
Of course.
They're all very chill people, super nice. Randomly got me a birthday present, didn't ask for it, just kind of showed up at my doorstep.
Yep.
First time that's ever happened to me from an org, so I don't know. They're just all awesome people, and I love it here.
All right. I mean, that wraps it up for us. I know you guys you just finished practice, but you guys have your qualifier coming up in a couple days. Thank you for taking out this time. I know it's kind of just short notice. You didn't know we were doing this interview until a few hours ago. But yeah, thank you for your time, everybody, and good luck in the coming qualifier.
Thank you.
Thank
Of
you.
course. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.